Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a knife that I was pretty eager to get in hand so I can go ahead and check it out and start carrying and ultimately do a video for you guys to see. And here it is. I've actually been carrying this knife for a couple weeks now, and I figured I'd turn the camera on and tell you guys a little bit about how I feel and what the knife is all about. This is a knife from a company called Banzelcroft Customs, and if you follow the channel, you know that I've done reviews on some of their knives in the past. I met the designer, his name is Michael, a couple years back at Blade Show, and I fell in love with the stuff that he was doing. So I've been working with him ever since then on some of the different models. He will send them out so I can check them out. And, you know, in turn, I turn on the camera and I tell you guys what I think about it in case you guys are interested in picking one up for yourself. So this year, 2023, at Blade Show, I went by his booth and he said he had something new that he was working on and he wanted to send it out to me so I can check it out, and here it is. And as I mentioned, I've been carrying it for a couple of weeks now. So again, the company is called Banzelcroft Customs. If you guys are interested, there is their website below. You can go ahead and check out all the different models that they do have available. But also, if you want to see some of the previous models that I reviewed, I will leave those videos at the end of this video. So when you get your knife, you actually work with him, so you can choose the type of sheath that you want. So I went with a natural color sheath here. So if you want a different color, you can do that. You can choose the color of the handle, the material of the handle and stuff like that, the size. It's a great custom experience. And then you also get this envelope. Inside of the envelope, besides the card that I just showed you guys there, you do get two other things. You do get an Allen wrench, and I'll show you guys what that Allen wrench is used for. And then you get your basically certificate of authenticity. So this one is called the Mini Scalpel, and this is part of their MEK or MEK line, which stands for Modern Everyday Kiridashi. And the material on this one is a natural canvas micarta, and then you do get an ID number for your knife as well. And then in the back you get his signature and the production date. This one is September 19th of 2023. So again, brand new. And without further ado, here is the knife itself. Again, this is a slip sheath for the knife. This is perfect to slide into your pocket if you want to carry it in your pocket, or if you want to go ahead and carry the knife in a bag or something like that. This is going to keep it nice and protected, but it also looks a lot different than, you know, some of your other standard kind of Kydex sheaths and stuff like that. I do like these kind of copper rivets that he uses also. It matches the natural leather here very, very nicely, along with the stitching on here. I think it's a great packaging. You do have this lanyard here that he does include, which is really nice. It actually helps you to go ahead and remove the knife from the sheath, and I will go ahead and take it out, and here it is. So again, this is the Mini Scalpel. The Mini Scalpel is actually a smaller version of the standard scalpel, which is the knife I previously reviewed. And a little later, I'll go ahead and bring that in so you guys can see the size difference. But the really awesome thing about these Banzelcroft knives is the ability well, not the ability, but the fact that they use these, what do you call it? Blades that are easily replaceable. So, you know, you do have some that use a box cutter blade, and then you do have these that use more of this scalpel type blade. So the really cool thing about these blades is that you can get yourself a package, I don't know what quantity, maybe 20, 50 or something like that of these, and you know, when it goes dull, instead of having to sharpen it or anything like that, using the included Allen wrench here, you can just remove these two Allen screws and then remove the blade, and then just pop in another blade. Now, if you guys know, scalpel blades are wicked sharp. So these are perfect for fine cutting. You know, they're very thin, so they cut very, very well. But, you know, to do intricate cutting, fine cutting and things like that, you can use them for light EDC tasks as well. So again, this is a really nice little backup, maybe secondary EDC blade to carry around with you. Again, you can, you know, slide it into your sheath here and then slide the sheath into your pocket, or have it in your, you know, in a bag. And if you need something with a little bit more fine blade motor skills that you have to use, you can go ahead and bring this out. Now, the really awesome the other really awesome thing about this type of knife is because you can remove the blade. Once you remove the blade, you're just basically left with the handle itself, and then you can actually travel with it. So you can drop this into a bag. It's no longer a knife once you remove that blade. And then when you get to wherever you're going, you can go to, maybe a hardware store or a hobby shop or something like that that sells these type of blades, and then get yourself a couple of them, pop it on there, and now you have your knife wherever you are. And then obviously, this is not as intimidating as a pocket knife or something like that. And you can use it for, like I mentioned, light to very light, medium EDC tasks. Now, what I was interested in seeing is the size of the Mini Scalpel, because obviously the mini part of it is the handle here. So it's definitely a two-finger handle, as you guys can see right here, but the lanyard here does give you enough purchase, and even more, to be able to wrap your other two fingers around it and have a secure hold on it. Like I mentioned, this is not something that you're going to do heavy tasks with, so you don't have to have a really heavy grip on it. But for whatever task that you're going to be using this blade for, that is perfect. So I like this mini handle. It's really nice, and obviously, as I mentioned, this is the natural canvas micarta, so really, really cool looking. I love how it matches the sheath and colorway as well. And then it's polished, so even though it is natural canvas micarta, because it is polished, you don't have that kind of rough feel to it. It's nice and smooth, which is really nice. I think it fits the aesthetic of the knife very well. Then you have the body itself, which is nice and polished. You don't have any rough edges or anything like that, so it's very comfortable to hold. And you have a slight little choil right there that allows you to securely have your finger behind there, so it's not sliding up onto the blade. So all in all, I think this is a really, really awesome piece. So if you've been looking for a custom piece, maybe something that you can pick exactly what you want it to look like, but also that it's a little bit different from your standard blades. Obviously, it's not a folder. This would be more along the lines of a fixed blade, but it's not a standard looking fixed blade because of that removable scalpel blade there. So as I mentioned, this is the mini, so I wanted to go ahead and bring in the full size one, or the regular size one. Again, this one does have the natural leather sheath, but this one does have the rivets all the way around. So again, a little bit different. This one does have the stitching on there. This one has the rivets. So, it just depends on what you're looking for. Now, this particular one, again, is the full-size one. So as you guys can see, the handle is a lot longer. This particular handle is a maroon canvas micarta, also polished, and fits really nice. But again, as you can see, I get almost a full 4-finger purchase on it, and then you do have that lanyard, but you still have the capability to go ahead and remove the screws and switch out the blade if you wanted to. So let's take a look at a top to bottom size comparison here. So again, obviously the biggest difference will be the size of the handle. So if I line up the actual blades here, I'll go to my little box right there. So the blades are the same size, and then obviously, as you can see, what differs is the size of the actual handle. This handle right here on the regular size one, it's maybe a little over 3 inches, going by my little boxes here, versus this one is about 2 inches. So there's an inch difference between one or the other. So obviously, depending on if you wanted something a little bit smaller, or if you maybe have smaller hands or something like that, or you want something that is easier to, I would say, conceal, once it's in the sheath, then the mini one would obviously be the one that you want. Versus if you just, don't worry, you're not worried about the size or anything like that of the knife inside of the sheath, you just want a little bit more to purchase on, then obviously the regular size one is the one that you would want to go to. So you guys can see right here, both of them in the sheath. The mini is almost all the way inside of the sheath, versus the regular size one, you do have a little bit of the handle poking out of there, and that amount of handle, probably about an inch sticking out the back, is what makes the difference as far as the size comparison between the two. So I think either one of them are awesome choices. Again, you can go ahead and check out the website. I'll leave that linked below in the description as well in case you guys are interested. So you can see all the different colors, the different materials. Like I mentioned, they do have another style, which is more of the traditional box cutter style. So obviously the handle is going to be a little bit different. If you guys are interested in seeing that as well, you can go ahead and check out the video at the end of this one. And then you can check out the video for the full size one also, if you guys want my full opinion on that one also. But I wanted to go ahead and showcase this. I think Michael and Banzelcroft Customs does an awesome job. He continues, through the process. He was communicating with me, letting me know the process, where he was, the handles, the scales and everything. And, it's just a top-notch product once the finished product gets in hand. And I think if you guys, again, are looking for something basically fully custom, but a little bit different than the norm, then these MEKs or modern everyday kiridashi, either the mini or the full-size scalpel or the other one, are definitely ones to check out. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.